APIs. How to call an API, what is fetch, how to resolve promises using then catch or async await, and how does API works. These are the things we discussed. We also discussed a hook which is used to handle asynchronous operations in React. The hook name is useEffect. UseEffect hook contains two parameters. One is the callback function, and another one is dependency array. One is callback function, and another one is dependency array. If I want to run this function, this function, where you are running this function, how many times you want to run this function, depends on the dependency array. If there is no dependency array, this function will run again and again. Like for example, this function will run first mounting time. Mounting means whenever your component render, it will run at mounting time, and it will render at any state changes. If you change anything, it will render. Okay. If you not have any dependency error, for every state it will change, for change it will change, and it will render, and also for mounting stage it will call one more time. If dependency array is empty, that means it is not depending on anything. Then in that case, it will call it only one time, which is good for APIs. Like for example, yesterday when I did, I wanna call the API only one time. Only one time I wanna get the details. If you want to get the details only for one time, then you will go with the mounting one. Okay, this empty one. Imagine I write inside this mount something called count. That means it is depending on the count variable. If count variable works, if count variable changes, that means state of the count variable, any change is state only. If count variable state changes, only in that time it will call. Else it will not call for any other state changes. This is the basic logic of use effect. And use effect can be handled with any kind of asynchronous operation such as set timeout, set intervals. Okay. And yesterday we did an asynchronous one, which is the fetch. I will show you it one more time, and we will do something bigger one today. Okay. So, online, is it clear, ma? Let's go here. Let me go inside CD, basic API, CLS, and CD, uh, CD basic API, and npm run dev. Dot recipes. Now, if you see, I got all the data. I got all the data. How did I get this? Okay. How did I get this? Let me check it one by one by one. Sir, If you see, I got so many recipes, na? Did I put the whole array in my logic? Did I put my array, sir? No. I am getting the array from this link. I'm getting the array from this link. What if, sir, tomorrow the people who created this link, the REST API people, the backend people, if they change data, if they change data in database or that API one, automatically it will change in my system also, na? You go to YouTube. In YouTube, trending videos will be there. Okay. Today you see one trending will be there. Tomorrow another trending. Day after tomorrow another one. But if you see every day design is same, right? Sir, if tomorrow this recipe people changes the recipes, my design is same. Only the data will change. So front end come only one time. Back end data will change. Tomorrow they may delete some recipes. They may add some recipes. Okay. It doesn't make any difference to the front end. How does it work, sir, from starting onwards? First, to store these recipes, I took one array. How do you take one array, sir? You will take one value using the state. To manage state, we use a hook called use state. I took the name data and I took another one called set data. Data is the value. Set data is a function to update the value. To function to update the state of the value actually. What is the default value of data, sir? What is the default value of data? Empty. Correct. Online, is it clear, ma? Now, sir, now the moment your application starts, you don't need to call anything. Automatically, use effect will call. Why? Use effect will be called at mounting stage by default. By default, use effect will be called at mounting stage. Okay. Now, in this use effect, one function is there, and you said only dependency empty. That means only one time it will call. First time only it will call. Next onwards, it will not call. Okay. Now it called, sir, one time. If you go here, fetch, I'm calling this fetch one. And in this, if this is successful, then I'm getting one response. I'm converting the response into JSON. How does APIs works are very simple, sir. APIs people will write it, fetch, and the endpoint. This endpoint is given by the backend. In this endpoint, data is there. But fetch always return promise. What it will return, ma? In JavaScript, there is a topic called promise. For example, you gave someone a promise that, for example, I gave you a promise that tomorrow I will give you a chocolate. So what might happen? Tomorrow I might give you a chocolate. Maybe I might not. If I gave chocolate to you, if I give chocolate to you tomorrow, then my promise, whatever I gave, promise is fulfilled. Right or not? If tomorrow I said I will not give you now, then my promise is rejected. Right? But when you will know that, tomorrow you will know that. Until tomorrow, you are in a waiting stage. Okay. That is called my promise is in a pending state. My promise is in a pending state. Anything which is delaying in JavaScript, what is this concept is JavaScript cannot wait for anything. JavaScript will be like fatafat. Every line should be run immediately. Okay. But this fetch one will take some time because fetch has to go to that link and get the data. So fetch will say, I will go and I will come back. And I'm promising you. And that is so fetch will not give you data. Fetch will give you promise. What it will give you, sir? So that's why JavaScript will tell you, write it then and catch. If promise is successful, it will go to then. If promise is failed, it will go to catch. Perfect. Promise is successful, sir. So fetch will give you response. But the response which fetch will give you is not a correct response. Okay, it will give you status code and all the things, but it will not give you actual data. So to get actual data, you are calling response convert into JSON. Response.json, then it will convert to JSON. But again, converting JSON will take another time. It will give another promise. It's like one promise lead to another promise. Okay. Today I said it, tomorrow I will give chocolate, and tomorrow I said it like again, tomorrow I will give chocolate. Promise will go on. So again, if this JSON conversion is also successful, then you will get whatever the answer you got, whatever, and that answer is the array. That answer I am storing in set data. Answer I am giving it to set data. If I give set data answer, that means it is stored inside the data. It is stored inside the data. Automatically data inside thing is there, na? Right or not? Now let's go here and check this, sir. Remaining all is HTML only. I write some header, I write some kind of main. In this, if data inside receipts is there, if this first one is true, I put a logical end. Understand this. This is called in React. This concept is called conditional rendering. This concept in React is called conditional rendering. What is it called, ma? Conditional rendering. Conditional rendering means based on a condition you are rendering. If the condition is true, only you will show. If the condition is false, it will not show. Originally, data empty ray. I want to print recipes. In empty data, is it recipes are there? No. If fetch is successful, you will get the data. If you get the data, in the data receipts is there, then only print them. If the data is not having receipts, sir, don't print anything. Data के अंदर receipts are not there, don't print only. I want if data's under recipes are there, then only print. That kind of conditionally showing is called conditional rendering. For that, you will use logical and. Why? Because logical and will be true when both are true. Okay? If any one condition fails, automatically next one will not work. Okay. So first one should be true, then only it will go to the second one. Are you getting my point, ma? In that, I just put it the something map and I just showed it whole thing. Remaining all is tailwind, sir. Can we do one more? Clear? Online, can we do one more, ma? Again, we will do it like API. Again, we will do state and all the things. But this time, I will ask you what to do, and you guys tell me. We will do step by step. Okay? This course is highly designed for the projects, and if you observe the pattern every day, every concepts, you will get a project. Okay, and the project followed by task, and I recommend people to follow this one tasks or projects day by day. The level of the tasks and projects will increase. If anyone not done components at props time, you will feel difficulty. If anyone not done props, when I explain state, it will be difficulty. When if anyone not done state, now it will feel difficulty. Because now when I explain, I don't explain what is component. Because I know that you know. Are you all getting my point, ma? Perfect, sir. Let me start here. Now, sir, you have taken data from JSON file, not from database like MongoDB. You will never take from database. Why? Because backend will take it from database. And backend will give you an URL. That URL is the API. Okay. Backend will take from SQL and backend will put it one URL, and that URL from URL you will take. In that URL, JSON will be there. In that URL, JSON will be there. Okay. So front end will never take it from MongoDB or MySQL. It will take it from that URL only. The URL endpoint is created by backend. Okay. Now let's start, sir. CD dot dot. If you wanna come out, always you will use CD dot dot. Okay. Now let's start, sir. How to start basic React application, sir? NPM create white @latest, and the project name. Um, which one we can create? Classically, people do weather search. Okay. I can do movie search. Some kind of OMDB APIs are there. We will do movie search. Or anyone knows here Pokemon? Heard of this before? Pokemon. I'm doing the Pokemon one. Okay. So a basic Pokemon search will also work. Okay. Let's go with the Pokemon search and React, JavaScript. No. Yes. In the meanwhile, if you go here in online, if you type it here, React Pokemon free API. No need of React. Just type it here. Pokemon free API. If you go here, see the primary free Pokemon API data is Poke API. Okay, which is free and open source. There are so many other things also. Okay, but I'm going with this. The website is Poke API. Okay, let's open it here. Poke API. It is saying it is a RESTful Pokemon API serving over 10 billion API calls each month. And all you have to do is this is the link. If I go https pokeapi.co/api/v2/pokemon/ditto, let me try this. Copy, paste, paste it here. Can you see when I type, I'm getting all the Ditto details. There is a Pokemon named Ditto. Okay, so I'm getting it the Ditto details. Now, if I give here a name Pikachu, then I will get Pikachu details. Okay, that's fine. So this is the link, sir. In this link, data is coming, na? If I give Pikachu, Pikachu details are coming. If I give Ditto, Ditto details are coming. If I give Raichu, Raichu details will come. But sir, how these details are coming? Did I create this? Did I create this, sir? No. Backend people created it. They have so much database of all Pokemons, and using that, using some another language like Python or Go or I don't know whichever language they like, they created one API. Only I know that in this link data is coming. Okay, I know only this much that link के अंदर data है. वो किधर से आ गया, कैसे से आ गया? We don't want to know. When you go to restaurant, you ordered biryani, you care about the taste of the biryani. That's it. You don't care about it like whether they prepared here or they are bringing from another hotel or how they are prepared. Those things were not in your code, right? Copy, and I'm going into my site. Let's go here. Let's go to this Pokemon one. The site starts with index.html and index.html. I'm just writing it. Simple Pokemon API search. And you can even give some kind of uh, logic. Here you can give the icons and all. And I'm directly going into the site called app.jsx. Control A, delete. And I'm gonna write it one more time. Can you show how to create API? If you wanna create API, that depends on Django. The reason I can't show you API how to create is because that's your Django class. How to use API is React ka kam. Are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point? Function app, import app.css, export default app. And I have to write here return, and I have to go here this. What is this empty containers are called? Barabar. Good. Sir, if I wanna take some data, I wanna take some data. Okay, for example, sir, take it here. What is our logic? Our logic is I will give some detail. If I give ditto, if I type in a box, I will take one box. If I take it in input box, in that I type Raichu and click enter button, automatically Raichu details will come. If I give Pikachu, Pikachu details will come. Are you getting my point, ma? So every time you are changing one value, na, right or not? You are changing some value. User is giving one value. You have to store that value, na, right or not, sir? You have to store one variable and change that value. To change that value, what is the hook you will use? Which one you will use, ma? Use state. Very good. So use state. First setup. Everything is set up. Use state. Const name of the Pokemon, comma, set name equals to use state. Initially name is empty. Correct. No doubts. Next, sir, you need to get the data. If someone gave you the name Raichu, you have to get the Raichu details. That to get the Raichu details, you need to call an API, na? Calling API is asynchronous, na? For asynchronous one, which hook you will use? Use effect. So you need to write it here. Use effect. In use effect, you will give one callback function, and second one is dependency array. If you give this dependency array empty, how many times it will call? One time. But sir, every time you change the API name, for example, Raichu I called. Click, nice. From Raichu I changed it to Pikachu now. Then it should call for Pikachu na? Every time you change the value, you like it to call na? Are you getting my point, sir? The moment you change something, you wanna call. The moment I change something, I wanna call. In that case, I will give here name. The moment name changes, every first time it will call anyway. But the moment name changes, automatically it will call. Any doubts, ma? Online, any doubts, sir? Nice. Also, sir, I wanna set up something called a tailwind. See, I did not write any logic if you see till now program. I am just setting it up, slowly thinking myself how to think. I am teaching you. Okay, now I wanna put for CSS also. I need to do for CSS. Which one I have to do, ma? Tailwind. CD Pokemon search. Tell me how to put Tailwind. Excellent. npm install Tailwind CSS @Tailwind CSS slash wit installed. Now, what is the second configuration you need to do? Go to wit config. It's installing. It's installed. Now, import Tailwind CSS from @Tailwind CSS slash white. And here put comma Tailwind CSS. Put parentheses. This is a plugin in wit config. You have to do it in wit config. What is the third step? In index.css, I will delete this all and at the rate import tailwind CSS. Automatically, tailwind CSS will come, sir. Now, sir, sometimes it is difficult for us to remember the tailwind CSS. So, whenever I'm typing, I want automatic suggestions. For automatic suggestions in Tailwind, there is an extension. What is that extension name? Tailwind IntelliSense. So, go to the extensions, type it here, IntelliSense. Tailwind IntelliSense CSS. If that is not working, just disable and enable, it will work. Online, is it clear, ma? Excellent. Slowly, slowly, I'm doing it to the bigger one. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm doing it. I can divide these things into components. Okay, I am dividing this thing into components. Your wish. You either you put it in components or not components, completely your wish. If you divide the things into components, the program will be slowly, slowly the bigger one. I recommend if you divide it into components, in that components only write use state and use effect. In middle component, wherever you search and print, where only write the use effect and use state. I'm writing everything into a single one, okay, instead of dividing the components. Header, class name. Online is voice is clear. Something disturbed the mic, I think. Ah, clear only. Good. Header, footer, main. If you see, if you go to the output, in output, if you see, I will go here, npm run dev. It is coming. If you see the output, nothing is coming anyway in the output 5173 Pokemon search. Anyway, it is empty. But if you see inspect body, can you see inside the body there is a div ID root? Because everything is happening in div ID root only, if anyone remembered. HTML contains div ID root. In that main is putting whatever the app is having it. But inside the div ID root, header main footer is directly coming. Na? Header main footer is coming directly, but if you see, you are not putting them directly, you are putting them inside an empty container. These empty containers will be removed automatically. That is the use of fragments. If you don't put fragments, what will happen? This all thing will be in another div. Inside div id root, another div will be there. In that div, it will be there. It's not looking good. Okay, that's why we do this way. Good. Now header bg black or bg gray, text to excel, text white, and here h2 poke dex span span dex, class name, text, 4xl, text, white, and class name, text, blue, 500. And what more I can put? I will put here one div. In this div, I will give here input. You all know input boxes, ma? In HTML, there is something called input. It depends on the type of the input. Each input type is taken for different values. If I want to take text input, I will use input type equals to text. Input contains multiple things such as name, value, ID, placeholders, and all the things. So I am taking something called placeholder. The placeholder contains enter the Pokemon name, enter the Pokemon name. Now here the name of the Pokemon, like I don't need any name actually. I will give one ID if you wanted to give something. NA value will be name. Are you getting my point, ma? And there are some methods such as there are some event handlers. Okay. The next class we will go with something more deep about event handlings and hooks. Okay. There is something called in HTML and JavaScript called event handling. Like on click is one event. In buttons you have seen in counter program, I explained you what is on click. Same way, on click is there, on double click is there, on mouse over, mouse out, mouse up, mouse down. Those are called mouse events. Same way, key press. Those things were key press, key up, key down. Those are keyboard events. You have something called form events, if anyone knows. On submit, on input, on change, on select. Those things comes under something called form events. One of the form event which we are using is on change. On change बोले तो जब ये input value change हुआ, the moment whenever this input value changes, then I'm taking the event. The event is change. Whenever it is changing, for example, input box is there. In input box, originally nothing will be there. And I write it here Pikachu. For Pikachu, I write P. The moment I write P, when I want it, automatically name should become P. Name should become the P, like the Pikachu one. If I give it like PI, name should become PI. If I give PIK, name should become PIK and it should search for that. Are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point? So we use something called on change, and the moment it is changing, at that time, I will take it here, set name e dot in this e dot target dot value. What does it mean by e dot target dot value? E means event. If anyone, this is JavaScript only. E means event. What is the event here? E dot target. What is the target of this one? This input. What is the target of this one? Input. What is the value of the input? What is originally value? Name is empty originally. But if you type it here 5, like in the input box, I type it P. Automatically, name should become P. If I give it here R, name should become PR. Are you getting my point, ma? Is it clear? So slowly name value changes. But every time name value changes, it will call automatically use effect. In use effects, in use effects, I will write it here. Fetch data. Sorry, fetch. In fetch, I will give the link. What is the name here? Sir, if I do this, what will call every time it will call for Pikachu only, na? But I want different times, different values. To get the dynamic values, dynamic values in JavaScript, there is a topic called template literal. Anyone heard of this template literal, sir? Template literal means in that string, only that Pikachu name, I want dynamic value. If you want dynamic value, instead of writing Pikachu, you will write it here dollar braces name. So every it will give you the variable name. Now, what is the variable name value here? Empty, na? So it will go for empty. If the name is changed, it will go for that name. Is it clear, ma online? Online clear, sir. Now, sir, this should work. I will write it one condition. If name is or if name is not empty, name is if I give it here false, automatically it will work for same only. What is happening? Oh, empty blocker. What does it mean? If name is empty, it will not work. Are you getting my point, ma? Whenever name is not empty, in that cases only it will work. You can even write it the same thing in a different way. People will do name is not equals to empty array. Okay, you can even go with this. Your wish, or maybe if some people will even write like this: name dot length is not equals to 0. Name dot basically empty array ka length is 0. If array length is not 0 only, because first time I don't want to call, but use effect will automatically call. Okay, sir, I'm getting this. Online, any question, ma? No. Fetch is used to go to this link and get the data. In this fetch, I am using async await. Yesterday I used then catch, na? You want me to go with then catch or async await? Let's try async await. Async await, you will use, just write it here, await keyword, const response. Now automatically what it will do, sir, it will fetch will go to this link. Before going, fetch will say, I will come back. I'm giving promise. But sir, promise has to solve, na? It will take some time. So my program will wait until that guy comes. Whenever that guy gives the data, it will store it in the response. But response is not the clear data actually. Fetch will never give you clear data. So again, this response has to convert into JSON. The response has to convert into JSON. See, I converted the response into JSON, sir. If you see, I converted the response to JSON, and whatever the converted one is stored into data. Now, where is the answer inside the data? Online clear, ma? Sir, inside the data, the thing is coming. But await will not work. The reason is because if you see, read this, await expressions are only allowed within async functions. So, but I did not mention it is async function. You should write it here, the function async. Then only the function it will work. If the function you have not named for async, oh, use effect, it will not directly work for async. then it's a big problem. Then what you have to do, write it here, async function, async function fetch data, and inside this I will call this, and I will call this fetch data. हो गया. Now what you did, sir? You created one asynchronous function, and inside that asynchronous function, you used await, and you called that asynchronous function. That's what will happen. Now finally you got the data, but this data you have to store it inside the some value, na? Sir, did I take it any kind of details, or any kind of array? Where I have to store this data? You have to store it somewhere, na? So again, take another state. Const uh, poke details, comma, set poke details equals to use state. Initially it's empty. What you will get it here, you are getting one big object. Initially it's empty object, but later whenever you got this, then you will give set poke details and in brackets data. The moment you get the data, sir, this data you are giving into poke details, sir. Automatically poke details will become the data. Now you got the poke details, na? You have to print them. Poke details are like the Pokemon details, which you can print. What await does? Await actually make your program wait until that particular promise is resolved. Await and then are basically same. Okay. Sir, what if error happens? If error occurred, what you should do, sir? Go here. If error is there, again for storing error, take for storing error, I'm taking another state value. Every value you should take. Can you see? In one program, I am taking almost till now how many error, how many states I took, sir? 3 states I took, na? So one program can have how many states you like. There is no rule. Okay. So I took here another error. If error happens, so I am doing this program in try catch block. Do you know try catch block, sir? Try catch block is very simple. You will write the whole program in try. If you got any error, automatically error will go to catch. And if I get any error, I will give that error to set error. Automatically inside the error, it will store. And if error comes, I will print them. Online, can you see this, sir? Please check it. Any doubts? What is poke details? Sir, I searched for Pokemon. I got some details from backend. That backend details I'm storing inside the poke details. Till now, any questions? Slowly, I will make it into bigger as I told you. Okay. In Python, you call it try and accept, correct? In other program languages, it is try and catch. Okay. Now, go down. I'm just returning this all. Now, here, uh, input.target.value, this one will work, and I will write it here, flux. flux row, justify, between, padding up and y, some kind of 3, padding x5. If you go here, where is my Pokemon one? And border for this input. Where is input? Huh. Class name, border, uh, border white, rounded to XL, padding 1. Can you see this, sir, now? Online any doubts, ma? For this inputs, I will say border none. Class name, border 0. What is this? Focus. Focus, border 0. When you focus also, I don't want any border. Huh? It should not. Oh, that is not border then. That is outline. I thought it's border. Not. Yes, correct. That's outline. Now, next, sir, simple logic. Now, someone will type it here. P I K A C H U. Every letter it is calling API. And the moment I got the Pikachu details, I want to print this here. Okay, this is your Pikachu, found the Pokemon or something kind of one. Clear? Now, details are there. If I go here, inside the main, I want to print. Where is this? See? Mm, what are the details they are giving? Everyone see. They are giving abilities. Every Pokemon have some abilities. Base experience, cries, forms, game indices. Okay, we don't want game indices. Oh, it's giving too much big ray. Where is name? Name. Okay, it is giving ID. Dekho. ID and moves. What are the main moves? Okay, and move, zeros, levels. Okay, these are useful for bigger kind of projects actually. Uh, is there anything which we can use? All moves only. My God, move, move, move. Where is something simple, right? It is giving only these things, huh? Ah, see, here it is giving something called images, like Pokemon in images. It is giving name. देखो, Pokemon name it is giving here. Name is name. And images it is giving dot png. देखो, images it is giving in the name sprites. Images it is giving in the name sprites. So ID, sprites, name. Mm, any other things I can use? Stats. I don't want to put stats because they are bigger. Weight it is giving. Is it giving height also? Height also. Okay. So let's go with this. So I will print this here. If poke details, if inside poke details name is there, sir, if inside poke details name is there, then only print this. Sir, what if inside poke details name is not there? That means the Pokemon is not there, right? That means we don't want to print. In this case, okay, I don't need map. Why? Why? Because you are getting only one Pokemon details na. Earlier in recipes you are getting so many recipes. Here you are getting only one na. So you don't need any map. All you have to do is just to print that Pokemon. So I will use it here. All I will do is I will print here IMG, SRC, ALT, and H2. Oh, it should be in a single one na. And here name, inside poke details, dot name, then uh, paragraph height, inside poke details, height, paragraph, weight, inside poke details, weight, and height is there, weight is there, name is there, and image is there. Image, if you see here, in sprites, images are there. You can see back default, back female, back shiny female, front default. I'm using this front default, which is inside the sprites. So image is nothing but inside poke details, inside sprites, inside front default. The default image of the Pokemon is there. Is it correct spelling? Huh. Alt is title. Let's go here and check, sir. How to do this SRC set? How do we use SRC set? We don't use SRC set here in image. We use SRC set usually for pictures. Okay. Now let's go here. Refresh. Now if you see inspect network and I'm typing here P. Can you see when I give P, what is happening? It is going for P. It is going for P and it is searching. Is there any Pokemon for P? Is there any Pokemon for P, sir? No. Then give. Then it is checking for PI. Usually this is not a good approach. Okay, but use effect will work in this way. PIKCHU. Can you see Pikachu game? Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you all getting my point? I can print them nicely, bigger one, class name, height, max, or height, uh, screen. I think its screen will be there. Screen is like 100 VH. Then display flux, justify content center, align item center, and this all I will keep it inside a div. Go here. Image, let's make it image bigger. Class name, height, Let's make it height 96 and class name text 3XL and weight class name text 2XL class name text 2XL class name flux flux colon gap 2. Let's go and check it for one more time. Can you see here now? If I go here now and check it here again, if I go here, write 2. Now, if you see it is changed to Raichu. The simple logic. Online, is it clear, ma? Anyone know any good Pokemon? Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur. Simple. You know there is one Pokemon which I love actually. Jigglypuff. The best Pokemon ever actually. The total one actually. It can even make the biggest ancient Pokemons into sleep. So now you can try. Maybe if you check in this API, I didn't check much about the API. If you check this API, there may be a chance you will get it multiple other options like how I print recipes. There is a chance that too you can print it multiple Pokemon's list also. Like all the Pokemon's list also you can print maybe. Okay. So check that logic. That might be more good. Print all the Pokemon details whenever someone search for one Pokemon, you print that Pokemon details, it will work. Is it clear, ma online? Online, anyone have any questions? Yes. What if, sir, you are having it something like errors? For errors, you okay? Sorry, let's put it some kind of footer. Also, this side belongs to XYZ and copy 2025 class name flux. No, text 3XL text white text center padding white 2. You can see in our website this one also. Huh? Why the footer is not coming? Last name Dexter and something. Huh? There is no background color. So text white mixed with the text background. Okay. BG gray. If you see, the both are there. Online clear ma. Now I will make it more interesting. If I'm getting here response, in response I will get it one status code. 200 means successful. 200 means successful. If it is 201 means post successful. Post request and all we will see it in future. This is all get request only we are doing it. And 500 error, 300 error, 501 error. Okay. There is one error called 404. Anyone, what is mean by 404? Page not found. Something is not there. When I search for P name, there is no Pokemon. That means API is working correctly. There is no error in the API, error in the network. The error happens only because the Pokemon is not found there. Okay. So everything logically correct, that is not there. If the status code, I will check it here. If response dot status is equals to 404, this will be an else case. If they are okay, if response status code is 404, then automatically set poke details set poke details will be page not found. I will give it here. Pay will be message page not found, or sorry, not page found. Pokemon not found. There is no Pokemon with this letter, something like that. You can print in that way, na? So your wish. Okay. There is no Pokemon with this name. Now if I go here, I will write it here. If poke details के अंदर name है तो print करो. What if inside poke details something called message is there? Then print that message, sir. H2 class name text 4XL text black book details dot message. If I go here, refresh. Now if I type P, is there anything with P? O, K? Oh, sorry. Let's go with any other. If I go R, no. I, no. C, H, U. Are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my points? If any errors happened in the network, then I am storing that errors in the another state value called errors. I can even print that errors here. If error happened, okay. If error is true, okay. Inside error also, why that error happened, something it will be there. Okay. If error dot message is true, then print that. Simple. If any error happen, it will print that error also. Some people will even put another state called loading state. Like they will show a loading screen. It will take some time for to load na API. So they will put loading screen. Whenever the first loading screen will come, whenever the API got data, the loading screen will become false. There will be one variable set loading. Set loading, they will make it false. So automatically loading value will be false. Whenever it is true, it will show the loading bar. Whenever it is false, it will stop the loading bar. Like this, you can think and make your websites more and more interesting. Online, is it clear, ma? Some APIs need API keys. Needs API keys. Some API doesn't need API keys, but some need. Okay, like for example, today's task, I'm going to give you something called movie search. Okay, today's task is movie search. I will show you how this movie search works. Amplify movie search. Someone will do this at least. If I give it here, R like James Bond. If you see, you are getting all the James Bond movies. If I give it here something like RRR, I'm getting all the RRR details. How I'm getting this thing, sir? Right click, inspect, network. I'm typing here RRR, and I'm. Can you see it is calling one website? It is calling the website called api.themoviedb, themoviedb.org, and it is calling with API key. Someone put their API key for free, but if you go to api.themoviedb.org, you can create your own API key. Some websites need to pass API key also. Okay, what is this API key? Is like they will put some limit. For example, this Pokemon API is free, unlimited you can call, but some things will put a limit, like you can call only 10 times a day, 20 times a day. But sir, how do they know either I call 20 times or 10 times? They will give you one number, like a token. Every time you call a request, you have to give that number also. If that number is not there, it will not work. That is called API key. Now, first time you call with that number, it will say like, okay, one time he called, two time he called. Whenever 20 is there, it will say your quota is over for today. Are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point? So today's target and task, very simple task. And I recommend people to try this, everyone. Movie search, where I want the same like this Pokemon search. I want you to put one input search box and you will type the movie name. Automatically, that movie details will come. In internet, if you type a free movie APIs, you will get so many APIs. Okay, clear ma? Online, any questions? Can we use their APIs and keys? Actually, you can use someone's APIs also. Okay, someone provided their own API for free, na? You can use them. If any billing happen, it will happen to them only. Okay, you can use it. So that is why always we should be careful. Whenever we use the programs, we will not reveal our API keys. If we directly use our API keys, na, people will take our API keys and they will use it so that we will get the bill. In future, I will tell you environment variables and how to protect your API keys and all. But I recommend you to try it. Okay. Tailwind CSS not working. It will work, mostly. Like I will check. If you want it, see, I will go to this website API key. How to get it? If anyone don't know, sir. Lastly, quickly, I will go here. The site name is the movie DB. The website name is this. This is one of the famous one called TMDB website name. TMDB. All you have to do is go here, log in the TMDB, give here TMDB details. If you don't have account, click here. Click here to have an account. I will go here, click here to get started. Give your all details. I recommend people to not use your own mail ID. Why to give it your mail ID to someone? I recommend people to create something using temp mails. Do you know temp mails, ma? especially girls, learn tempo mails. Okay. So anytime when you are getting OTPs from some random things, you need to give your mail ID to some websites. Okay. If you are not trusting them, better give temp mail. Very simple. You give temporary mail, OTPs will come to this temporary mail. Automatically, you will check this temporary mail. Later, you will forget them. Your identity should not be revealed. Na? Okay. Instead of you are using your own mail ID for some things. If I want to register things, copy this temporary mail. I will go here. I will give something random name. I will give some kind of password, and I will give it here. Password. Usually, I will give 1 2 3 4 5 6 and all. Then I give sign up. हो गया. Account verification required. Very simple. If you go here, you will get the mail. See, according to them, they think it is my mail ID, but actually, it's not my mail ID. Are you getting my point, ma? In online, you will get temporary numbers and all. We couldn't find your username. You have remaining. Huh? Oh, I have to give username, not the mail ID. This is the username. Correct. See, I got it. I got it now. Easy one. It's not a big deal. Now, if I go overview, main favorites, recommendations, okay, not a big deal. Discussions, ratings, watch lists, where I can get. If I click this profile, can you see in profile settings? In settings, can you see API? And can you see request for an API key? Click here. Is it intended for your API personal use? Yes. Give here something name, whatever you want, and go here and submit this. Seriously, I have to give this all. And this one, subscribe. Arre, and I think, what is this? First name, last name, phone number, application summary. Now subscribe. Shh. HTTPS colon www.netflix.com. Application summary, please elaborate on how to use API. Seriously? Hamaya. See, you are currently on free. Access your API key details here. Click here. See, I got my API token and I got my API key. Whoever have this can use it the same way. Is it clear, ma online? Are you all getting my point, sir? So use TMDB. Actually, you can print so many things using TMDB. Using TMDB, you can actually make your own Netflix. TMDB have trailers, TMDB have movie details, TMDB have TV shows, series. It will give you so much bigger things actually. You can search by name, you can search by year, you can search by TV show, genre, different genres will be there. Okay, you check it, you do it your own kind of investigation. Okay, and try to make it beautiful. I don't care whether you do small application or big application, but two things are mandatory. One is your application should contain state, should contain use effect, should contain state and use effect, and your application should look good. If you do chota application, also look good. Is it clear, ma? Online, any questions, sir? Online, any questions? No. Good. Tomorrow we'll discuss on hooks, all the remaining hooks. I don't want anyone to be absent on tomorrow because tomorrow is bigger one. In interviews, mostly people ask you on hooks. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye bye. Online, any questions? You can mention it, sir.